I couldn't see myself in a Christmas album, and so I just said to the record company, if you just leave me alone.
In this era, I could hardly take a bad picture, and all my clothes were fabulous, and I loved them.
At 78, Cher finally breaks her silence about her true feelings for Sonny Bono, and her confession is nothing short of shocking. She reveals how betrayal, fame, and a heartbreaking affair shattered their partnership and forever changed her view of love. For the first time, Cher opens up about the truth behind her Hollywood fairy tale with Sonny.
It's just to have a happy thing. Chuck Berry and Stevie sings on the album with me. He sings on the song.
Background of Cher and Sonny Bono. Let's start with Cher, one of the most iconic performers of all time. Born Sherilyn Sarkisian on May 20th, 1946, in California, her early years weren't easy. She struggled with dyslexia, which made school challenging, and her family often faced financial hardships. Even so, Cher had big dreams. She admired the glamorous movie and TV stars and imagined that one day she'd be one of them. At 16, she made a bold move. Cher dropped out of school and headed to Los Angeles to pursue a singing career. She didn't have connections in the music industry, but she was determined. Starting as a backup singer, she took on small gigs, and soon enough, people began noticing her unique, deep voice. Cher's persistence and distinct sound helped her stand out in a competitive world. Now, let's talk about Sonny Bono. Born on February 16, 1935, in Detroit, Michigan, Sonny also loved music from an early age, but his path was different from Cher's. Instead of stepping into the spotlight right away, he worked behind the scenes. He began his music career as a songwriter and worked closely with renowned producer Phil Spector, helping other artists create hit songs. Though he was talented at writing catchy tunes, Sonny hadn't yet gained fame himself. Cher and Sonny's paths crossed through music, despite their different backgrounds. They met in the early 1960s, quickly becoming friends. At the time, Cher was only 16, while Sonny was 27. Although they weren't famous yet, they discovered that teaming up made them stronger together, laying the groundwork for a partnership that would eventually capture the world's attention. Sonny saw Cher's talent right from the start, and he was eager to help her become a star. Their friendship soon blossomed into a deeper relationship, creating a bond that went beyond just music. They began performing together in clubs and recording songs as a duo. In 1965, they had their big breakthrough with I Got You, Babe. The song was an instant hit, racing up the charts and capturing the attention of fans everywhere. With Cher's rich, unique voice paired with Sonny's playful singing, they created a sound that was all their own. Their music wasn't just popular, it also captured the spirit of the 1960s. Their carefree style, distinct fashion sense, and clear affection for each other made them stand out. Soon, they were even more recognizable with their own TV show, the Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour. On screen, fans loved watching their playful dynamic, Cher with her cool confidence, and Sonny as the goofy, lovable counterpart. But off-screen, things weren't always easy for the couple. Though they were supportive of each other in public, behind the scenes, their relationship had its share of struggles. Sonny handled much of the business side of their career, managing their projects and making important decisions. While Cher trusted him, she began feeling like he held too much control as her independence and confidence grew. She wanted more of a say in their decisions, especially as her fame continued to rise, which led to tension between them. Despite the challenges, Sonny and Cher kept up their public image, presenting a united front as one of entertainment's most beloved pairs. Sonny and Cher had a natural charm that made people smile, even when things were tough behind the scenes. Fans loved watching them on stage and TV, where their chemistry seemed effortless. But like any relationship, they faced challenges that the public never saw. The pressures of fame, long hours, and constant attention began to wear on them, ultimately leading to cracks in their partnership that would change everything. The affair, a timeline. As Sonny and Cher's fame grew, so did the pressures on their marriage. Fame and fortune can be thrilling, but they also bring stress that can weigh heavily on a relationship. With their rising popularity, they were constantly traveling, performing, and in the spotlight. It was exciting but exhausting, and the demands of show business left them with little time for each other. Over time, their relationship became more about work and less about love, as they spent more time as a professional duo than as a couple. Cher began to feel her own sense of independence. She realized she didn't need Sonny's help with her career as much as before, and this shift created tension. Meanwhile, Sonny, who enjoyed being in control of their work, was reluctant to loosen his grip. As their relationship strained, Sonny began seeing someone else. For years, the details of this affair were kept private, but eventually, the truth surfaced. Cher felt deeply hurt and betrayed. Sonny had been not just her husband, but her partner in everything, and the revelation shattered the trust between them. The affair didn't happen overnight. It grew from the distance and stress in their marriage. When Cher discovered the truth, it broke her heart. She had admired Sonny as both her husband and creative partner, and this betrayal created a rift that was nearly impossible to repair. Though Sonny and Cher tried to keep their personal struggles out of the spotlight, the tension between them became increasingly visible. It was challenging to keep up appearances, working and performing together as if nothing was wrong, all while dealing with the affair's emotional fallout. The affair took its toll. Even though the other person wasn't famous, Sonny's deception affected not only their marriage, but also their professional relationship. Their signature charm and lightheartedness began to fade, and the strong bond that had once defined them as a duo weakened. When Cher learned about the affair, it hit her hard. Knowing that Sonny had been unfaithful was a painful blow to the deep love she had for him. Although she tried to remain strong and keep performing, the hurt was overwhelming. Cher felt betrayed not only as his wife, but as a partner who had stood by his side, building their career together. Sonny was filled with regret. He knew he had hurt Cher deeply, but he struggled to find a way to make things right. Apologies alone couldn't mend the damage, and the affair weighed heavily on him. The trust between them was broken, and Cher could never fully rely on him again, leading to the end of their marriage. The affair marked the beginning of the end for Sonny and Cher. They continued to perform together for a while, but the spark that had once made them so beloved was gone. Eventually, they went their separate ways, officially divorcing and ending a relationship that had once been iconic. In the aftermath, Cher's career and public image evolved, growing stronger as she moved forward. Meanwhile, Sonny faced the consequences of his actions, grappling with the impact of his choices. Chers Perspective. For Cher, discovering Sonny's affair was a heart-wrenching experience. To love someone so deeply, only to have that trust broken, left her shaken. She had believed they would always be together, as a couple admired and loved by fans everywhere. The betrayal left her feeling a mix of sadness, anger, and confusion as she came to terms with the fact that her once solid foundation with Sonny had crumbled. When Cher discovered Sonny's affair, it shattered her perception of their relationship. She had trusted him completely, only to be blindsided by his betrayal. The thought of him loving and being loyal to someone else felt like a deep wound. Accepting these emotions was incredibly difficult for her. Cher spent a lot of time reflecting on love and trust, grappling with the reality of betrayal. She knew love could be complex and challenging, but this deception cast a shadow over their shared memories. Cher found herself questioning the sincerity of the relationship she had invested so much in. She couldn't help but wonder, was Sonny's love real, or had it been an illusion all along? These unanswered questions haunted her, making it hard to find inner peace. On top of her personal struggle, Cher faced public scrutiny. As news of Sonny's affair spread, people became fascinated by her private life. It felt like being under a microscope, with everyone watching and discussing her pain. The sensation was overwhelming, like being in school and realizing everyone is whispering about you behind your back. This added pressure made it even harder for Cher to process her emotions. The turmoil left Cher feeling trapped. At times, she lashed out in anger. Other times, she felt completely lost. She still loved Sonny, but felt deeply hurt. A mix of emotions that left her caught in an emotional storm with no clear way out. Her pain wasn't just about the betrayal. It was also the fear of an unknown future. She had to face the daunting question: what would her life look like without Sonny by her side? Their lives and careers had been so intertwined that the idea of starting over felt overwhelming. Cher realized she might have to let go of someone she had loved deeply. And while it was a hard truth, she understood that love alone couldn't always sustain a relationship. The affair didn't just shake her personal world. It also had a huge impact on her professional life. Before the betrayal, Cher was already a well-known singer and actress. But this heartbreak influenced her work profoundly. Her emotions began to pour into her music, transforming her songs into powerful expressions of her pain. After experiencing such a personal upheaval, Cher's music took on a new depth and intensity. Her songs, once light and carefree, began to carry themes of love, loss, and heartbreak that resonated deeply with her listeners. Her earlier hits gained a bittersweet quality, as fans listened with a fresh understanding of the struggles she had endured. Cher's live performances also became more compelling. Her audience could feel the raw emotion in each song as she shared her story of heartbreak and healing. Through her music, Cher opened up about her journey, offering a sense of connection to fans who had faced similar pain. Songs like Believe and Half-Breed showcased her resilience and ability to turn suffering into art, further cementing her reputation as an artist who could transform personal challenges into universal anthems. Beyond her music, the public began to see Cher in a new light. She wasn't just a glamorous star anymore. She became an icon of strength and authenticity. By being open about her struggles, she inspired others to embrace their own vulnerabilities. Her courage and honesty created a special bond with her fans, who admired her for both her talent and her bravery in sharing her journey so openly. As Cher's career evolved, she began exploring new artistic directions. She experimented with different sounds and styles, taking creative risks she might not have considered before. The affair had pushed her to grow, transforming her from a pop sensation into a true artist who wasn't afraid to fully express herself. Over time, Cher started speaking publicly about her experience and emotions surrounding the affair. At first, it was difficult for her to open up, but eventually, she found the strength to share her story. She began discussing her journey of healing and self-discovery, turning a painful chapter into one of resilience and empowerment. Cher reflected on the important lessons she'd learned about love, trust, and her own needs. One of her most memorable reflections was, "You can't control others' actions, but you can control how you respond." This shift in perspective highlighted her newfound strength and ability to rise above hardship. Cher also spoke about the value of forgiveness. She realized that while it was crucial to acknowledge the pain Sonny's betrayal had caused, holding on to that hurt would only keep her from moving forward. She encouraged others to let go of what no longer serves them, even if it once held meaning. Her words resonated with those who had faced similar challenges in their own relationships, providing a sense of comfort and understanding. Through her appearances, Cher's narrative shifted from that of a victim to one of resilience and strength. She used her platform to share a powerful message. It's okay to feel deeply, to be vulnerable, and to give yourself time to heal. Her openness inspired others to embrace their own emotions and find their path toward healing. Cher's honesty made her more than a superstar. She became a symbol of courage and growth for her fans, a role model who encouraged others to face life's challenges with strength and authenticity. Cher's journey demonstrated the strength of the human spirit in overcoming pain. Her resilience became a beacon of hope, showing that it's possible to heal and grow stronger after betrayal. Sonny Bono's reaction. When news of Sonny Bono's affair broke, it turned his world and his marriage to Cher upside down. Imagine being thrust into the spotlight, with everyone speculating about your life, forced to face your actions and their impact. That's exactly what Sonny went through. He had to confront the reality of what he had done and the pain it caused Cher, realizing it would alter both their lives. Sonny's feelings about the affair were conflicted. On one hand, the attention from someone new was exciting, offering a fleeting thrill. But on the other hand, he felt immense guilt. He cared deeply for Cher, and they shared a strong friendship, making him feel as if his heart was being pulled in two directions. Once the affair became public, Sonny was bombarded with questions from fans and the media. He found himself having to respond quickly, even as he struggled to process his own emotions. In interviews, he tried to explain his actions, admitting that the pressures of fame had overwhelmed him, leading him to make choices he normally wouldn't. He described show business as a non-stop roller coaster, thrilling yet overwhelming, at times pushing him to lose control. Despite these explanations, Sonny knew the affair had hurt Cher profoundly. He looked back on the good times they had shared, the joy they brought to audiences, the laughter they sparked on stage, and realized those moments had been tainted. He couldn't believe he had hurt someone he loved so much. In private, Sonny's emotions were even more turbulent. He felt a pang of guilt that cut deep, like the shame of being caught in a mistake by someone you care about. He sometimes wished he could hide from what he'd done, struggling to fully face the consequences of his actions. The weight of his regret was so heavy that, at times, he found himself overwhelmed with sadness, feeling the sting of his own choices. Cher had been Sonny's partner, friend, and loyal supporter. She was more than just his wife. She was someone who had always been there for him. Reflecting on their marriage, Sonny realized that repairing what he had broken wouldn't be easy. It felt like trying to complete a puzzle with missing pieces. He loved her deeply, but the fear of not knowing how to make things right weighed heavily on him. He wondered if Cher would ever find it in her heart to forgive him. The affair didn't just shake their marriage. It had a profound effect on Sonny's career and public image. Once, he and Cher had been a celebrated duo, beloved by fans around the world who enjoyed watching them perform together. Their joy and charm on stage brought laughter and happiness to many. But after the affair became public, everything changed. Sonny's professional life began to suffer. Fans who once admired him now saw him in a different light, and some felt disappointed or betrayed. People naturally feel let down when someone they look up to fall short. His career took a hit as the music industry grew distant, making it harder for Sonny to find work. Suddenly, the fame that had once been thrilling began to feel isolating. The emotional toll was significant. Sonny found himself struggling with feelings of guilt and loneliness, as if he were stranded on a deserted island. Fame, which had once been exciting, now felt like a burden, leaving him grappling with guilt and regret. He felt trapped in his own mind, like stumbling in the dark, unable to find the light switch. Sonny was overwhelmed by a mix of emotions: guilt for hurting Cher, sadness over their breakup, anxiety about his reputation, and a constant sense of being watched and judged. When he went out, he felt like people were talking or looking at him differently. He wanted to retreat, to hide from the world. In the midst of this turmoil, Sonny realized he needed to make changes within himself. He began to reflect on his choices, trying to piece together the reasons behind his actions. He wanted to understand why he had hurt Cher and what he needed to do to become a better person. Deep down, Sonny knew that growth and change were necessary if he ever hoped to mend what he had broken. Sometimes, Sonny would reflect on ways he could improve himself. He reached out to family and friends, opening up about his feelings and asking for support. It felt like climbing a steep hill, challenging but necessary. Sonny wanted to show Cher and himself that he was committed to making real changes, not just for their marriage, but for his own growth. The affair taught Sonny valuable lessons about love, trust, and responsibility. He realized that relationships require honesty and effort, and that being truthful with those you care about is essential. Although it was a tough journey, he was determined to learn from it and make things right, both with Cher and within himself. What happened after the affair? After the affair, cracks in Sonny and Cher's marriage began to deepen. Imagine if your closest friend broke a promise, how painful that would feel. That's what Cher felt when she discovered Sonny's betrayal. Their once magical love story now felt like a sad film, one where the happy moments seemed to fade away. They ultimately decided to divorce, though it wasn't an easy decision. At first, there was a lot of sadness and anger. Rebuilding happiness is hard when trust has been broken. Sonny wrestled with guilt and confusion, while Cher felt the sting of betrayal. It was as if they were carrying a heavy load that weighed down their entire home. They talked openly about their feelings, but both realized that words alone couldn't erase the hurt. The emotional pain ran deep, leaving Cher feeling lost and uncertain, with some days filled with tears. Sonny, too, felt overwhelmed, trapped in a cycle of sadness and stress. Facing their emotions felt like riding a roller coaster, with family and friends watching them navigate the ups and downs. After the split, both had to find new ways to move forward. Cher turned to her music, pouring her emotions into each song. Her music became a canvas for her thoughts on love and loss, an art form that allowed her to reveal her feelings to the world. As she healed, she began experimenting with new sounds and styles, as if discovering new colors to paint her life's picture. Sonny also found his own ways to cope and rebuild. Both were starting fresh, learning to live in a world that looked different than the one they had shared together. Sonny began working on new projects and reconnecting with friends who offered support. This period of reflection helped him understand his goals and values more clearly, even though it was challenging. Like a flower that blooms after a storm, both Cher and Sonny needed time to heal and grow. Watching Cher blossom as an artist was inspiring. She started to feel more confident and connected with her fans in meaningful ways. She showed them that it's okay to face tough times and that you can always rise again. Their story, a chapter in the broader tale of love and life, became an unforgettable part of pop culture. Some see it as a bittersweet story of love and loss, while others view it as a journey of growth and transformation. People remember Sonny and Cher for their iconic songs, the ups and downs of their partnership, and the lasting influence they had on both their fans and families. Though no longer married, they learned how to co-parent and support each other as friends, proving that relationships can evolve and still offer valuable lessons. Their journey teaches us about resilience, love, and the importance of moving forward, like a tree that bends in the storm but doesn't break. As Cher and Sonny navigated the aftermath of their marriage, their personal growth helped them find new perspectives on love and life. Cher's reflections in recent years. In recent interviews, Cher has opened up about that difficult period, almost like having a heart-to-heart with a close friend. She shared how lost and heartbroken she felt at the time. It was a learning experience, much like forgiving a friend for a mistake. Over time, Cher began to see the lessons that came from those painful moments, finding wisdom in the experience. She reflected on how those events shaped her into who she is today. Now, Cher recognizes that love isn't always easy and that it's okay to feel sadness as long as you learn and grow from it. Her insights reveal that she's learned to embrace her past and turn challenging memories into sources of strength. The bond she shared with Sonny has become a lasting part of pop culture, a story with highs and lows that people still find compelling. Fans still talk about the lessons in love, betrayal, and forgiveness that Cher and Sonny's story offers. Their journey has become a classic tale, reminding us that love can be both beautiful and challenging. Their story shows us that even in tough times, we can grow stronger, like heroes in a narrative who overcome obstacles and emerge wiser. Their legacy encourages us to believe in love and resilience, inspiring us to find joy and healing even after heartache.